Hey guys, it is Brido here, and welcome to episode 12 of our New York Islanders Be a GM series. In today's episode, we got 5 games for you, and an extra game on top of that too. But it is more of a condensed episode, and the reason for this is that these files have been an absolute pain in the butt to edit together. I've been having issues actually just making the files go together, and I spent the past maybe couple days or so putting together that 5 game episode, which is this one right here. And the file got corrupted right as I was about to render it up earlier this morning, so I've been toiling away putting this together once again. I haven't had the time to really put the heart and effort to really, showing all the saves, all the highlights, so this is really just the goals and maybe 1 or 2 saves there as well, and I'm sorry for it not being as long as a normal episode, but I just wanted to get this out. I wanted to make sure I got up within the week because I said I would do that. I took my time making the episode a little bit longer and extra nice, but obviously, as I said, the video got corrupted, so I wasn't able to do anything with that. But there'll be one more of these crappy old. They don't look crappy. I know they don't look crappy, but for me, they've been a pain in the butt to use. And one more episode of this. I think there's like 4 games left, which I'll stretch out the episode a little bit longer for, and then we'll be back into normal gameplay with my new capture card. Very excited to do that. And yeah, with that said as well, I wanted to talk a little bit about what that means and the fact that I've actually just been partnered up with Curse and Union for Gamers, which means I'll be able to do, hopefully I have to look into it a little bit more and talk about it a little bit more, but YouTube live streams, which I'm really excited to kind of test that out and see how that works on the channel. I really want to implement that into the NHL series, which I'm very excited to do because we've been able to get a good amount of games out each week now, or starting to get into that point where we're starting to get more content out each week for this series, but I want to, make it a little bit more on the level that each week maybe have 10 games of content out. And the reason for this is that there's still, a couple months to go before it's the off season, and still a couple months before we're really talking about NHL 14, but I want to get at least 2 seasons out of this NHL career mode. And to do that, I feel like one of the best ways to do that will actually be to use the possibility of doing live streams. And I can do the idea of maybe doing a regular show each week, and then, or every other week, somewhere along those lines, and then having a live stream each week, and that'll be like a for sure thing. And the live stream will be archived after the fact, so you guys can see it if you miss out on it. But the idea is that each week maybe we put together an episode, me and my brother play for 3 or 5 games, just do it straight, and it'll be live on YouTube. So if you log into your YouTube account and you see, oh, he's playing this, the NHL live stream, you can check it out then. But if you don't want to see that, then you can just come back to it, and it'll be obviously archived as well, and you can just flip through the gameplay to see the highlights. But it could be like a 1-2 option. It'll be kind of cool to see, and then they'll give this option to the post more gameplay, because if we're just able to play the games, get it out there, then that's something that's going to actually speed up the process of getting this series going. And I really do want to play 2 seasons. I'm very excited for the playoffs that are coming up for season 1, but I want to keep building the team towards season 2. Is this going to be a very small story arc, because I usually play my career modes maybe like season 6 to season 10. I usually really like to stretch it out. The Islander series this year is not going to be obviously as long as one of those, but still I want to kind of stretch out the narrative a bit more and make sure we have at least 2 seasons. Then at the end of season 2 we can kind of say, oh, okay, maybe we can do a season 3 still before NHL 14. We'll make the decision at that point. But yeah, let me know what you think of that, because I officially should be able to do that now, and that's super exciting for me, and hopefully that's exciting for you guys, hockey fans. So let me know in the comments below if that's something that sounds interesting to you, and I'll have more details regarding that. Nothing imminent anyway. We'll get the next episode out. I'll do maybe 1 or 2 regular episodes before thinking about actually putting this into the fact. But yeah, it's something to think about, and if that happens, then it'll just pretty much be a little bit more NHL content than I'm doing at the moment anyway. So yeah, there's that there. And then the other thing too is that the trade deadline is going to be coming up in a little bit here. So something to think about. I've talked about it a little bit before. I think Nathan Gerby was a name that came up in the comments. An interesting player, but I'm really thinking that a player we might need that could really help us out is maybe a 3rd or 4th defenseman, as our D is alright but not amazing. Maybe a little bit more depth there would be nice, or possibly a winger on our second line too, just because of the fact that our offense has really been getting hit hard with injuries. And with that said as well, when we get back to actually recording the gameplay as a live thing, like each week we'll play the games and then record it together, I'll make sure that there's standings, I'll make sure that there's player stats and injury reports, so everything's a lot more focused on what's actually going on with the team. Because when we're playing these ones, again, older gameplay, very tough gameplay to play around with now because of the recording issues, but still, gameplay that we just kind of kept playing games and kept recording whenever we played, and that was kind of the setup that we used for whenever we were doing the recordings. It was never really like, okay, this is game number 5 of episode 10, and then we'll make sure we do this. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, we're playing a game now, let's record it. When we're done recording it, we got it up, it was up for you guys, and that was it. So yeah, hopefully we can get a little bit more of that going on, but I want to start really kind of processing if you guys agree on that, or where you think might be a good place for us to help the team out a little bit, or to enforce the team, because we're floating around the playoff spots. I'm very confident we can make the playoffs because we've had some ups and downs of the team, but if we really put our mind to it, there's no way that we're not going to miss the playoffs. We're in a pretty comfortable spot as it is right now, so the real question is, how can we make our team more fortified going into the playoffs? And obviously we're not looking at winning the Stanley Cup or anything like that, but at least getting a run, getting these guys some experience, really building up the team in that type of aspect. I think those are all really important things to do, and hopefully we can kind of build them up a little bit and get some players in there that'll make a difference, because we got guys like Mark Streit and Lubomir Visnovsky that, well, Streit not necessarily, but Visnovsky is probably a guy that's going to retire, and that's going to affect the team a bit. We could trade him, but he's really been a major influence on the team this year. And there's going to be a little bit of that changing of the guard, where Tavares is going to be becoming this guy that really is the leader of the team. Grabner's really been amazing in his role for scoring for the club. And, we got some younger guys, too, that start actually developing a little bit more. So the changing of the guard to a team that's actually going to be competing in the playoffs for Season 2, but a team as well that can still have a chance of maybe doing something in Season 1. So with that said, let me know maybe what you think might be a good addition to that. And I'm not really thinking for younger players unless there's really someone that you guys are absolutely in love of seeing on the team. Because with the younger guys, we already have quite a few of them. I'm just thinking of like the mid-20s. We bring this guy in, he's got a lot of impact for the team, and hopefully does a good job in kind of promoting the club to a point where we feel like we got a good fortified squad that has someone like, I don't have a name by hand, but that maybe 60-point getter, second line winger, and or defenseman that's in the 20-point range plus player that can have that extra impact. With that said, again, short episode, this will be the end of it, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. As I said, let me know regarding the live stream stuff, as I'm really excited to do it, and I'm going to play around with it too and just see what the response is in general. I'll probably be coming in a couple weeks, but until then, I'll have another episode of this up with the 4 games that have yet to be played, and that'll be up within the week as well. And the gameplay will be more stretched out so you guys can actually see a bit more of the highlights. Until then, though, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you around. Thanks for watching.